Hi, I'm Dr. Molly with Your Goals Physical Therapy. Now, does this sound like something you've ever dealt with? You paid so much attention to your form. You stretched before all of your workouts, and even in some cases, like between the sets of your workout, yet you still pulled your hamstring because you let your guard down for like 1 second. Maybe you weren't paying attention to your form for a second, or that you wanted to get that one last rep just to finish your set, and you felt that all too familiar pull, and you're like, ugh, not again. And so you go back and maybe you're looking to see if you got bruised, or so the back of your leg is bruised, or to see if there's any swelling, but you definitely don't feel good. You definitely are uncomfortable, and now walking is painful. When you bend over, you pick things up, everything's painful, and you're super concerned because it's your hamstring and it looks like you pulled it again, right? Well, that was exactly what Savannah's first conversation started off with me. So Savannah was training to do a half marathon, and so she was doing her leg day, but she knows that she has a hamstring issue. So when she goes in for her workouts, she is super vigilant, right? She's always stretching. She was telling me how great her form was. She always has it checked. She works with somebody else, so she's just, she just knows that this is a problem. So she's, she takes a lot of pride in it. Yet here she is with yet another hamstring pull, and she's like, why do I keep pulling this hamstring? I'm super careful. And so I say, well, unfortunately, to answer that question, I have to see a lot of things, because your hamstring attaches to your sits bone in your pelvis, right? So it goes all the way up your hip into your pelvis, and then it attaches behind the back of your knee. And so it kind of crosses a lot of joints, and so it could be any number of problems. And so I can't answer that without looking at you. So so when she came in, she got to tell me a little bit more about her story. So like I said, she was training to do this half marathon, and so she was super frustrated because, of course, now she's gonna have to put that on hold, right, while she heals. But she was noticing that by not working out, she was getting very frustrated, because she used that running, right? She used her running and her workouts as like a decompression at the end of the day. So when you're super stressed out, which this whole year has been very stressful, just living has been stressful this year. So now, not being able to get her workout in, not being able to do her runs, she wasn't being able to let off all that steam and that stress. And so she was, getting a little snappy at home, and a little snappy at work, because that happens, right? I mean, we get a little frustrated, and it becomes hard to deal with just the daily annoyances that happen in our life. And then she wasn't able to see her friends, or like hang out with them, or meet up and do runs. She just wasn't able to do any of those things. And so again, she was very, very frustrated. And when she went to go see her primary care, he gave her prednisone, which is to help with inflammation. And he was like, I don't see a bruise, but if you want, I will do an MRI just to see if you maybe tore your hamstring. And she was like, right now I think I'm good, but I will take the prednisone to get rid of some of the discomfort. But that like pull in the back of her leg was constant. She couldn't bend over to pick anything up. She couldn't get in and out of her car without some pain. Just walking was uncomfortable. So she, obviously running was not even going to happen. And so this is where we were during our first eval. And I was like, let's look at how your ankle, your knee, your hip all work by themselves, and then how they work together. And let's see if we can't find out what exactly is causing your hamstring to constantly pull. Because there's a reason that your hamstring's pulling. And if you're doing a deadlift, it's a two-legged exercise. So why would one pull and not the other? So let's just try to work this out, right? So after looking how she was doing everything, and seeing how her form was when she stretched, and we looked at like everything, right? Then we came out with kind of some of the imbalances for her, right? So we were able to figure out what was causing her problem with her hamstring. And that was amazing, right? So we created a plan to get rid of her pain. We made a plan to help her kind of correct all of those imbalances so that we can prevent it from happening again. So that was at the start. And now here we are. We get to fast forward through all that hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears. Just kidding. Just, but we get to fast forward to the end, to the success day, where she is now back to lifting the same amount of weight with her deadlift as she was when she pulled, and she's not having any problems, no signs of any issues. She's back to training for her half marathon. Now, she missed the first half marathon that she was aiming for, but there's always another one. So that's where she is right now, and we're very excited. So if this is something, if you have a hamstring that just keeps getting pulled for some unknown reason, you just have a bad hamstring, and you want to figure out why and what's going on, then that's what I help people do every day. Okay, I just love figuring this out. Like, this is a little problem, we just have to figure out what is causing it for you. So I hope this information helps. You have a great day. Thanks.